so Tyler and I were exhausted. You know, we kind of just wanted to get there already. We weren't sure what to expect. Driving into Guatemala City, you know, for those who have, it's not the prettiest sight. It is pitch black at this point, and so we're like, what are we getting into? And I even remember asking Tyler, I'm like, what did your friends or this influencer that I follow who got married there, like, what did they see that we're not seeing?
Because we heard great things about this place, and then, like, you know, the airport was nothing special. The driver, like, his bus was a little ratchet.
The van was a bit sketchy. The streets of Antigua are cobblestone. And so as soon as, you know, we're entering, Tyler woke up because the whole time you're just like shaking.
Going through the street for like 10 minutes and it's and we're looking at each other like, yo, like, damn, did we fuck up? I was nervous. I wasn't gonna lie. I was a little nervous.
Being that it was cloudy, it was a bit humid, we weren't sure what to expect. I think we were tired. Our first impression with the driver stopping at the gas station, with the cobblestone, with, you know, the reception not necessarily having air, Tyler and I are thinking to ourselves, like, this probably is not the best destination to bring all of our family to, our friends to. Like, anything that we do, we want to make sure that it's, you know, like A+. Antigua went through like a pretty crazy earthquake that left the city a bit in shambles, and so what they decided to do was actually like preserve what was left of the city after this earthquake and really build around it and like keep the authenticity that came from that tragic event, which is cool within itself. But you walk the streets and you're like, this is like rough around the edges, for lack.
During the day, it was nicer. It was much nicer. The hotels that she showed us were really nice. She's starting to like paint the picture of how it's gonna be. We went to the first venue. Once we went to the first venue, I was starting to kind of feel it a little bit. I'm like, okay, I get this.
We opened up the garden. It's called Jardín Real de Santiago. She opens up the doors and it is a beautiful green garden. So it did have a lot of that like European charm that ideally like you would imagine for like a beautiful garden wedding, which was something that I was very happy about, because I was a bit nervous at first walking through the city, not really loving what I was seeing, and then of course not being 100% sold on this venue that I had kind of envisioned our wedding being at already. There, you know, I was feeling a lot more confident. Tyler was still a bit hesitant because unfortunately, like, it was the only venue that we had in mind to potentially get married at, and they only had one date available. So that made things a bit complicated.
I don't know. I still wasn't sold. After the first spot, I wasn't sold. I like to have options, you know. We flew to another country so we can go see these spots, and we didn't have options. She takes us to this villa. It's right across the street from the first venue, and we walk in, and this shit is dope. Dope, dope, dope. Super dope. It's like a small hotel. It's got 4 rooms. It's got a restaurant. It's got a little area for like an event, and I mean, it's sweet. The location is great, because if we get married at this jardín, this garden, then right across the street we got the after party spot. We got the 4 villas. It's got jacuzzis. It's got like your own little pool thing. I mean, it's looking like a vibe right now.
Right when we walked in, I pictured it like instantly. Like, this is where we could, you know, we're staying in this hotel or in these villas. This is where we could do our welcome dinner and really set the tone, welcome dinner, rehearsal dinner, and really set the tone for what our guests can expect for the weekend. This
is definitely a place that you want to show your guests, like, welcome to Guatemala. This is about to be a dope weekend.
The excitement was definitely building, and we're like, okay, now I see like what the talk is all about. Now I understand like why people love Antigua.
So this isn't like a normal wedding that I had been to before. She's talking about like rehearsal dinner, aka welcome dinner for everybody. wedding and farewell brunch, and it's all within our budget. So like she's speaking our language now. I like this.
The ideas were flowing, you know, she was giving us options. The lady who worked at the villas was giving us options. And so I think Tyler and I were definitely just like getting a lot more excited about what there is to be offered in Antigua, and, you know, how we can make this as elegant, but also as fun and affordable for ourselves, our parents, and our guests.
So yeah, now we're starting to feel it. We're like, all right, like what's next? This is cool. We like this. So the next thing she shows us is the Porta Hotel. We come in, we don't know what to expect. And it's beautiful. It's amazing. This is the spot where we're going to have all of our guests, right?
Scale. This one had a pool, a gym, a spa. Like, it really, people get married there. People have welcome parties there. People have goodbye brunches, you know, which that was an amazing option for her to share with us, because we started thinking like, okay, our families that have kids, you know, something for them to do. They have pool. It also has a couple of restaurants. So as opposed to them feeling like they have to fend for themselves, everything is in one place.
So pool, gym, spa, it's right next to the wedding venue. All families can stay next to each other. We're like, this is the spot. All right, next stop, Pensativo Hotel. Boutique hotel, 27 rooms. This is the venue. Like, as soon as we walk in, it's like vines everywhere, cypress trees 100 feet tall, just beautiful architecture. Like, the way they preserve this hotel is like out of this world. I mean, it really is. This is the one where I'm walking around and I'm like, yeah, like, welcome to Guatemala. This is about to be a dope wedding.
That hotel really blew us away. I mean, it's, I think, a sister hotel, but as you walk in, that actually looks like something you would find out of maybe Greece or the Mediterranean, or it was like all white, cypress trees, vines everywhere. The floor was like tile / marble. It looked absolutely stunning. It had an amazing rooftop. It had cuarto de novias, which is like a room for the bride that they would provide for us, so that the day of I can have all my bridesmaids there, my mom there, my mother-in-law, have my dress hung up, take photos, and it's like very wide and big and, you know, amazing for that specific type of event.
Everything about it made sense. The rooftop, like for the cocktail hour, everybody's standing on the roof. You're looking at just mountains, volcanoes, just beautiful, just green mountains, man. Like, there's nothing better. The weather is perfect. It's crisp air. Like, it's super nice. That's the only way I can describe it. It really is just, it's unreal. Once she showed us this venue, then I was like, okay, this is starting to make sense. Now she's speaking our language.
And so as we continue to see like all of the potential options and how beautiful these hotels were, and you know, how like elegant and kind of 5-star it all seemed to be, or it all looked like, we definitely felt a lot more confident about our choice in coming here and working with her. But, you know, after those conversations and after everything she had showed us, we really felt confident about choosing Antigua as our wedding destination.
Everybody's going to be dressed super nice. We're going to shut down this city, and it's going to be a great wedding. Luckily, the crowd that we're bringing in is a very active crowd, just like us. We love hiking, we love sightseeing, we love going on tours, we love, you know, the ATV riding, all that kind of stuff it's all there. So, and it's cool. Going on a tour like that is always a good idea, because you get to meet people, and you're meeting people from all over the place that have a common interest of going to this place to explore, you know, and to go seeing a volcano. And we made friends up there.
Long story short, we have a pretty solid crew going up this hike with our 2 tour guides. 10 minutes in, they do like a pause, because people were definitely struggling. I can't say that Tyler and I were struggling. You know, it was definitely like not an easy uphill 10 minutes, but nothing too crazy. Nonetheless, we didn't realize that it was only gonna get harder from there.
It's a really cool hike. It's a little hard, not gonna lie. I mean, it was kind of tough. I probably wouldn't bring little kids on this hike.
So one of the things that we're doing here in Antigua is finding a wedding venue, but we also thought we would take advantage of all the things there is to do so that we can offer it to our guests. We had thought maybe this hike Friday morning before the welcome party, but given its level, we might opt out of suggesting this to people. There has to be smaller, easier hikes because girls' hairs are gonna get messed up. People are gonna be exhausted by the time they get home. Not an option. But if you're here to travel, definitely consider this. Bring hiking shoes, bring water, bring a hat, bring snacks.
Grab the horse if you have the option. The horse is a good move. There's no shame in that game.
No shame in that game.
But you get to the top and it is like, man, it's unreal. It's unreal.
I'd personally never seen a volcano before, and so you realize that around the volcano it's like pure black, like there's no life there, and everything around it is like beautiful and green, and there's just like this one massive rock mountain that is just like breathtaking within itself, while it not actually being beautiful.
Holy shit. It is epic over there. There's no foliage.
Oh shit.
It is volcanic rock, ash, it's black. It's cool, man.
You're looking at this giant volcano and it's just like a black mountain. It was like really, really beautiful. And everybody's taking pictures up there. They made like a little hole in the ground and you could feel the heat coming out, and they got the marshmallows roasting. It's like a little oven, basically. It's pretty cool. Then the ATV riding, that was awesome. And that was completely random. We didn't know what we were going to do that day. We ended up walking into an ATV shop. Gami, she worked her magic. Next thing you know, boom. We're on ATVs and a dirt bike going up a mountain.
The ATV riding was really fun. I mean, like, only in America do they abide by different like laws that you actually have to follow. I feel like in Central and South America, it's a free-for-all.
Definitely bringing people here because you get to the top and it is beautiful. I mean, it's a mirador, which is it's a viewing point. They converted this little town into like a theme park, like a mini theme park. Think of like a Guatemalan theme park. There's places to take pictures. They have a little like zip lining kind of thing. They have, a restaurant and rock climbing and putt-putt golf, and it's cool. It's just a cool spot in the mountains. It's a cool thing for people to do. So, I mean, overall, the trip was a success. It was a huge success. We got the venue. We are confirmed with the wedding planner. She's amazing. We got all the excursions that we want to do, and we're getting good feedback. People are excited to go on this trip, which is that's the biggest thing. So, yeah.